What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Dee Dee. Welcome back to the channel. So I'm back with another reaction video for you guys. Now, in this particular video, they're talking about boundaries basically between men and women, and if women can have male friends and if it's okay, and should you basically include your man in on the things that you are doing, or is it good to be able to have your friends, you know, your male friends, and have time with them outside of your relationship? But I want to play it and I want to get your thoughts on it, and I'll give my 2 cents on it. So make sure you chime in the comments below. Make sure you hype up the video, you guys. Hit the hype button. Also share and like the video, and turn on that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. And let me know what you think in the comments below.
I will tell you this flat out. I am not scared to lose a man. I am not scared to get divorced.
That's the problem.
And no, it's not.
That's the problem. I don't think that we as women should be spreading our intimate things with men.
Do I think that my husband or my partner can go and have lunch or dinner with just a woman one-on-one? Yes.
Oh, I agree too, yes.
She doesn't.
For what? Come to the house. I'll cook for you.
I need my time with my friend privately.
That's weird.
See?
It's weird to me.
I want to catch up like with my dog. I want to talk
But why
crazy.
can't you do that in front of your man?
But I also can't share every single lived experience.
That's weird.
I'd be so resentful that my man controlled my life that much. It wouldn't work.
But is it control or is it respect? Because I don't.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. So I like when she said, is it control or is it respect? And I agree, it's not control, it's just about respect. Because you respect your man so much that you don't want him to get the wrong impression. Now, I'm sure there are a lot of women and men who have friends of the opposite sex, right? And you've had people that you've been friends with probably before you met your spouse, and that's okay. But when you get your spouse, when you get your husband or your wife or whatever, you introduce them to those said friends. They become accustomed to your friends, hopefully. They know who your friends are, and it shouldn't be an issue for you to bring your friends around your husband or your wife, and you have that same conversation and you kick it with them in front of your husband. To me, if you're not able to do that, it's because you're hiding something. I think it's because you don't want, it's something your husband may not be privy to, and you don't want him knowing every little detail of what you and your friends are talking about, because there's something you're hiding. If you're open and honest about your past and what you've done in your past with who and all of these things, then that's when you don't have a problem with sharing those things. She's right. You could invite your friends over to the house. She could cook and y'all could eat. Y'all could sit down and catch up and talk however y'all want to talk. But the problem is, I think a lot of these women have some skeletons in their closets, something you don't want your husband to know, something that you're not telling him. And so you want to keep these private, separate relationships so it won't interfere with what you got going on, because there's something that might leak out. That's what I think. Because other than that, I don't see no reason why you shouldn't be able to be friends with your husband. You know what I mean? Because I don't think a lot of women say this is okay. Oh, your man could just go hang out with other chicks. It was her friend by themselves. Y'all know y'all don't be comfortable with that. There's something you say, but low key, you're not comfortable with that. You're really not. But you expect men to be comfortable with what you're doing. Come on now. A lot of women aren't being honest about that, but let's continue.
Because for me, there's not a man on this planet that I would choose over my husband. This is your once in a lifetime, platinum needle in a haystack, swing for the fences, best friend, confidant, lover, husband.
But that's not true, because people have multiple husbands.
No, and that's the thing. You see it different. But in my mind, I'm like, y'all don't want to be married.
I don't think that there should be anything that you need to keep from your spouse. I don't think that you should, it shouldn't be anything that you can't talk about. You should be able to have conversations about anything, including friendships and past relationships and all of that. And that's the whole point of being open and honest with the person that you're with. So there's nothing that you're hiding, so it shouldn't be an issue. And when you're talking about friends and, you want to kick it with your friends and which y'all want to have inside jokes and little kikis and things, why can't y'all do, why can't you do that in a space where your husband is there to see what's going on? If you are trying to build or establish a level of trust, you have to be open and honest about what you're doing. Tucking off with your friends all the time. Not saying, because me personally, and this is the reason why I think this way, because I don't believe in this whole opposite sex. I just don't. Unless it was a childhood friend that y'all was friends forever, and it's truly that, and I really know the person, and I really, know what's going on. I'm still not trusting this tucking off with the opposite. I don't care. You could call me insecure. I don't care. Because I know my husband wouldn't be okay with me doing that with some so-called, male friend. When a lot of these men are secretly attracted to you, you think, he wouldn't be comfortable with me tucking off with some man that's my friend or my, male. Why we can't do things together? You get what I'm saying? And I wouldn't even feel comfortable doing it because I don't want him to get the wrong impression. I don't want him to have to worry about that. The same way I would have it in the back of my head if he was with his so-called, high school friend and she's gorgeous and everything and she's grown now and she ain't got no man and you going off with her. Hell to the no. Call me insecure. I don't care because I know I wouldn't feel comfortable with him doing it. And he wouldn't feel comfortable with me doing. And it is a level of respect there. Like, come on now, we're not gonna put ourselves in a situation for something to possibly happen. You know what I mean? That's the whole point. You wanna make sure that you're on the up and up and keep things cordial and keep things the way they should be. And just to reassure each other that, hey, ain't nothing happening. We're not gonna be tempted. We're not gonna put ourselves in a position to do that because a lot of people think that they're so strong and that they won't do this until you're in a position to do it. Until you're in a vulnerable position, that's really going to tell if you going to do something or not. And you could say out your mouth, oh, that's just not my thing. I'm not doing that. I'm loyal and all of that. But you why test yourself? Why put yourself in a position to do that? And I don't care. People talk about, oh, this is my friend. There are a lot of people who be lying too, talking about this is their friends and all that. And then they be, dipping it and doing it behind the scenes. So no, I mean, if you're happily married and you love your spouse and you respect them, you will not put yourself in that position. Anything else is a bunch of BS. And to me, it's just excuses for you to be able to do what you secretly want to do. And so, yeah, I don't like that. But a lot of women I've seen who've said that they were okay with that, when reality set in, they were not okay with it. They were not. They end up like having a problem with it and, having a problem with the man. Like, why are you in her face too much and this and that? I've seen women crash out because those were the same women who said, no, my man can have a friend, a female friend. And then if he doing too much with the female friend, then you have a problem. So, no, I do think it's based on respect. And you got to have respect for your person. And if you want to do that, just stay single, And I think a lot of women don't want to be married because they feel like it boxed them in and it kind of keeps them from doing all of the other little things that they normally would do. I think a lot of times women want men for security. You want a man who is a great provider so that you don't have to work or you don't have to worry about providing for yourself. But other than that, you still want to have all of these male friends. You still want to go outside. You want to be outside like you normally would be when you were single. I think a lot of women would love to be married so they can have that title and that stability, but they still want to be single individuals. They still want to go out and kick it with their friends however they want to. And so when they think of marriage, you know what I mean? It's like it's stifling them. It's holding them back. It's, they can't be themselves. And them being themselves is them being outside, having all these men friends and just doing whatever. And when you're in a marriage, you can't just go out and do that without, the other person having a say. And so, yeah, I think when she says some women don't want to be married, I think it's the truth. I don't think I think they like the title and the idea of it, but what comes with it, I don't think some women really want that because, they don't want to let go of what they have with their other friends and all of these types of things. You know what I'm saying? So there has to be boundaries in a marriage. You have to have respect for your partner. You just can't do anything and move how you want to. And I think some women want the liberties to have both, to have the marriage, but to move like a single woman. That's just my thoughts on that. But listen, it was a short clip. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Comment, like, subscribe, hype the video up, you guys. Chime in. I want to hear your thoughts on this one and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.